You diet hard, you get lean, you get into the best shape of your life, and then within weeks, it's pretty much gone. Not because you lack discipline, but really because you built a structure that was never sustainably gonna last. If you actually wanna stay under 12% body fat year round, you need to understand this. First off, aggressive dieting is the problem. Most people get lean in a way that they genuinely can't maintain. They reduce their calories to a ridiculous amount, to the point where your hormones will just drop off, your testosterone will be very low, your energy for training is just completely not there, so your training feels like a complete slog. And you spend most of the time just thinking about food rather than your actual life, your business, your work, you're enjoying your own life. You really just have so much noise from food all the time because you don't eat enough food, and you don't structure your food properly as well. You probably eat 1 to 2 meals per day because you think that's the most optimal way. So you spend the majority of the day hungry. I've seen it before. Guys literally just ruin their relationship with food by being too aggressive, too restrictive. They think an off-plan meal, eating out is just gonna be the end of them. They can never be lean whilst enjoying their life, going out and having a drink, and consequently, you resent the process. You don't actually enjoy getting lean because it means taking away from basic necessities such as food and eating what you enjoy. Better have that balance from the get-go, because if you don't have that balance, you'll never have it. And doing so will cause rebellion because you resent the entire process. So aggression is the first mistake people make when it comes to actually maintaining this year round. You need to have that sort of balance. Second off, no transition phase, no understanding of what the reversal process actually looks like. When you get to a point where you diet down and lose a lot of body fat, you are going to need to restrict your calories, of course. You're going to need to increase your cardio. However, you don't need to stay there. You eventually need to basically restore your hunger hormone specifically and your overall calorie intake to a sustainable level. You need to focus on what's called the reverse diet. Now, the reverse diet is as important as the cut itself, but no one really manages this because you need as much discipline as you did in the diet to basically reverse yourself to a level of maintenance calories to the point where you can then maintain that year round. However, there will be levels of pristine amounts of hunger at this point. And if you are like most people who just go completely off the rails post diet and eat whatever they want, you will just put that fat back on. And consequently, you will be in this consistent cycle of just losing fat, gaining it all back, and then losing it again, and probably doing it in an aggressive manner, which again causes you to resent the process. You need to find a way that actually allows you to consistently lose the body fat and then get you to a point where you can then maintain that year round. So managing that reversal phase, that transition phase very well. Next, you gotta look at your life. If your lifestyle is mismatched to your environment, if you're not in a position where you can actually get lean because you're always at the pub drinking beers with your mates, or your family are leaving snacks around the kitchen, or you just simply go out and destroy restaurants and have takeaways all the time, then your lifestyle is not there because you're always putting out fires that you probably should not have created in the first place. So you got to look at your lifestyle as well. You got to look at, like, are you moving enough? Are you burning enough calories? Are you doing the output? A lot of guys think that they just need to be disciplined consistently, that they need to be on all the time. But really, you just need to create a lifestyle that serves you, that allows you to effortlessly move your body. And all you then need to focus on is just making sure that you're not eating more than you need to. Simple as that. If your habits are in the right place, if you're walking consistently, if you're moving more, if you love cardio and you're playing a lot of sport, then your lifestyle is aligned with you getting lean. However, if that's not the case, if you're not someone who's active, if you're not going out and playing sport, if you're not walking, if you're driving everywhere, then your lifestyle is probably not aligned, and it's going to be very hard for you to keep that level of output that allows you to stay lean. And finally, if you're relying on motivation rather than actually structure, you are a ticking time bomb. It's called diet fatigue, right? If you are reducing your calories to the point where you need motivation and you need a goal to keep you in the game, then it's a matter of time before you just rebel and just say, you know what, fuck this. And it's the exact same thing with, are you doing stupid amounts of cardio that bores you, Stairmaster, incline walking, you know? If you're doing this consistently and you're really not enjoying it, then you are a ticking time bomb again. You need to create a structure that you love, a structure that feels effortless to the point where you don't need to be motivated. You just do it and you enjoy it. And consequently, the person who enjoys it will always stay lean. So I want you to think of it this way. Staying lean is not about trying as hard as possible. It's about removing the need to try. You have to make things so easy, so effortless to stick to. So really, it's actually impossible for you to not maintain the physique year round, because getting lean might require a lot of leg work, but maintaining it does not require the same amount of leg work. You create a structure once that just runs on autopilot and you execute. So you need a repeatable weekly structure that you plan. You know exactly what you're going to be eating. You have a meal plan that you absolutely love, so you just stick to that completely, and consequently you never feel like you are having to cheat on your diet because you love your diet. You don't have to track your calories because you just eat the same thing over and over again because you love it so much. The food just runs on autopilot. All you do is consume it. Simple as that. You don't have a consistent intake. Nothing extreme, you know, you're not sub 2,000 calories. You're eating to fuel your overall training. You're feeling good all the time. You are consistently feeling satiated. Your meal timing is strategic, so you're feeling good all the time. Your training is not completely all out to the point where it just depletes you of all glycogen. It's supporting your recovery and it's there to help you grow muscle, as well as your environment, making it very, very you to maintain that lean physique year round. You're doing steps consistently, you're front loading them, you're doing your cardio. You're making sure that you are in a position where it becomes very, very easy for you to stay on track. Now, the reason I say all this is because if you do want to stay sub 12% year round, you don't need to try hard. You just need to make it so easy for you to really, really stick to it. And the only way you do that is by finding a schedule that you absolutely love. And I want you to look at that from every single perspective. So for your food, make sure you enjoy every single meal. Add some sauce to chicken and rice so it becomes enjoyable. Personally, I eat chicken and rice, you know, once per day when I eat chicken and sweet potato. I eat that every single day and I absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong, there comes a time where it gets to the weekend and I'd love a meal out. And guess what I do? I have that meal out. And I have this sustainable structure. So every single week I stick to it, and then I just make sure that I'm doing some cardio, which again I enjoy. I play football, I play paddle, I walk, I do my Stairmaster, I box. I love it all. My environment allows me to do so. And consequently I stay lean. It's very easy for me to stay sub 10%, 12% body fat because I've just created that structure. The guys who fail are the guys who just go all guns blazing and expect that to last long term. That will never last. That's a ticking time bomb. So you have to create this relationship with staying lean. You have to be someone who walks quite a lot. You have to be someone who trains often, someone who is obsessed with just moving their body and just consistently burning calories, and then eating in a way that supports that to the point where you're not too restrictive, you're enjoying your food, and you're consistently in an environment that allows you to stay lean. No one talks about how to actually stay lean. They just talk about the aggressive diet that gets you there. That's exactly how you do it. You follow that structure, and that's actually how you're going to make sure that when you do diet down, you keep that. Make sure that you actually understand the process of the transition phase, the reversal. So this is going to be a time where the hunger hormone ghrelin will spike. It'll be very high. You'll be wanting to increase your calories, and you'll still be feeling the same, if not more, in terms of levels of hunger. And your job is to make sure that you keep the same discipline that you did in a diet, making sure that you only do things in response to your overall scale weight gain. If your scale is going up, then stop with the calories until that kind of maintains, and that's how you get yourself into a good balance. You can get yourself back to 2,600, 2,800 calories whilst maintaining. A lot of people get this wrong. So just making sure that you have that discipline in the reversal phase, and then building that structure to the point where you can maintain it year round. If you want to really, really fuck up your physique, then restrict everything, because eventually what that will do is cause you to binge. Whereas if you throw a bone, if you give yourself a little bit here and there, you'll never have the urge to binge. You'll enjoy your life so much to the point where the routine is what gives you true satisfaction, and that is what gets people lean. The one thing I'll leave you on, if you want to stay lean, if you want to get lean, work hard, but if you want to stay lean, you need to create something sustainable. If you want help building something sustainable, I've got a link in the bio to work with myself one-to-one. If you want me to have a look at exactly what you're doing and build you out a plan, I'm more than happy to jump on a call and do that. Any questions, leave it in the comments. Other than that, today's video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.